This is the Town of Fairfield Conservation Commission acting as the inland wetlands. Today's February 4th, 2026. Lucas Thomas, Dabney Bowen, who's online, Richard Boucher, Peter Hood, Cato Mahoney, Ted Luxinger, Diane Saunders, and Heather Rosenthal are all here. We should stand. And mind leading us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Okay. The agenda is pretty tight, light. There's not much here, but for continuity purposes, I'll appoint both Diane and Heather. Wait, maybe just one. So Diane. Okay. I don't think we're gonna have any votes. But okay, moving on to approval of the draft meeting minutes for the Inland Wetlands Agency meeting from January 7th, 2026. Any comments, corrections? If not, motion to approve. Mr. Commissioner Luxinger, any second by Commissioner Boucher. All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, all right. Fast forward to Roman numeral 8, bills and bond releases. Number 1 is IWP 2017-18-09 Sacred Heart University, 175 Jefferson Street. Construction of 2 new dormitories within a regulated area. Request from William Kenny Associates for final bond release of $58,500. And the staff recommends final bond release of $58,500. What's that all about?
So actually, both of these are a couple of old Sacred Heart ones. They have reached out trying to go through some of their bonds. So I've been working with them on some of the older projects that have been completed for a while. All the conditions have been met, fees have been paid.
On both?
So what's that?
For both
For
1 and
both of
2?
the, yeah, so both of these are Sacred Heart ones, one on the Jefferson Street side, one on the Park Ave side.
All right, so for the record, I just read item number 1. I'll read item number 2, IWP 2017-18-16 Sacred Heart University, 5151 Park Avenue, the construction of a parking garage within a regulated area. Request from William Kenny Associates, final bond release of $30,280. And the staff recommends final bond release of $30,280, as was just discussed by staff. Any motion to release both?
Make a
Move
motion.
that we release both based on the recommendation of staff.
Okay, Commissioner Luxinger, any second? And Diane seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you. Roman numeral 9, legal enforcement actions. Number 1 is a show cause hearing, Grasso 30 Laurelbrook Lane, map 171, lot 1A. Notice of violation issued to property owners for conducting a significant activity in a regulated area and a conservation easement without a permit. What's that all about there, Tim?
So this is a historic notice of violation that was before the agency a while ago, over a year ago. We did have some connection and contact with the property owner and their surveyor consultant. The trail went cold and trying to get it back on track. So I did send the corrective action order dated January 28th, 2026, to which I got a prompt response, but from the property owner, who is out of the country for several weeks, and he requested that the agency consider rescheduling to the next meeting. I also received the email response from his surveyor, who is now aware of the fact that they dropped the ball, and we're following up. So he is aware of it and is working on preparing an application. So I would agree with his his request and recommend to the agency that the hearing be rescheduled for the next meeting.
Do you get a level of confidence from the surveyor that they're actually gonna do something?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we're on it now,
Okay.
and watching it closer, so.
Tim, what's the significant activity?
So this was one where they worked, did grading and earthwork within the conservation easement on the property, but they also did earthwork around wetland and water course that's on the property, and they installed a bridge in the water, like
Like some piping.
yeah, it was like a big concrete pipe in the water, so obviously that was non-permitted, so work within the water course is deemed significant.
All right, so just continue it. I think we need to vote on it. Just continue it for the next meeting. All right, number two, is an update on Blanco 144 map 26, lot 166. Violation has been resolved. Resolution has been filed on the town land record. That sums it up nicely.
It does. In your packet, you'll see the release of the NOV. So just a formality to present to the agency that, as you know, Ms. Blanco has satisfied the corrective action, which was recorded on the land records, and that the agency voted to approve the resolution. So just providing that paperwork to back that up.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's nice to see it.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to know what that looked like. Well, thank you for that.
All right. Any other questions or comments, commissioners?
Yay.
Yay, yeah, there we go. I like that, yes. All right.
Succinct.
Number three is an update on the permit suspension. Muddy Puddle 3 LLC, 361 Cross Highway, map 170, lot 38. Notice of violation and permit suspension issued to property owners for conducting a significant activity in a regulated area and conservation easement outside the scope of the existing inland wetlands permit.
So as of yesterday, Huntington Company Shevlin was on site to conduct the surveying that was that I required in the NOV. Nicole was on site when Shevlin was out there to confirm that placement of the property stakes and to photo document the locations in the event that they were illegally relocated when we're not looking. And I'm currently awaiting these, the survey site plan to come back from Huntington. But based on what Nicole observed, the encroachment would be confirmed by the stakes she saw into the town's access easement, which provides access to the conservation easement in the back of the property. Actually, I believe it's on two properties. And that all the recent cutting of the 7 mature trees was definitely outside the access easement. Therefore, that cutting and encroachment work was completed on 355 Cross Highway. So yeah, I'm gonna wait till we get the actual survey, but those stumps and the encroachment, including earthwork, is being done in the easement and on another property. Puddle LLC. So permit remains suspended until until all the conditions of the suspension are met.
Okay.
It was the other property is that property a conservation easement?
There is easement on that on 355. Other than the easement access, I would say that the rear conservation easement wasn't encroached.
Okay, so it wasn't cut on the property that they cut the trees wasn't
Correct. I did, and at the last meeting, I did notify the agency that I did call that property owner to notify her. So she's aware that at least cutting may have been done at the time, may have been done, and we'll confirm that once I receive the survey. So a couple things going on as far as what's happening here with multiple properties. I mean, we got 3 properties. Well, 2 properties involved, but that easement, I'll consider the town the third party.
Yeah. Okay.
Across the street.
Okay, all right, we'll keep up with it. Yes, you can. All right. Number 4 is an update on Eloyan, 265 Wesley Road, map 167, lot 19E. Unresolved corrective action involving relocation of historic sport court located within a regulated area and a conservation easement. So, what's going on here?
This again is probably could have been removed from this agenda, artifact from the last one. I'll just reiterate it is here that, for commissioners that weren't, at the last meeting that, the property owner has agreed to remove the sport court from the regulated area and, easement, as well as the shed, and do some planting, restoration in that area. So
Okay, good.
that's obviously not going to occur until, I believe, May. But that the agreement is there, and I'll remove it from the next agenda.
Okay. Very good. Any questions or comments from the commission? All right, number 5, update Lin Ying, 236 Woodside Circle, map 31, lot 199. Issuing corrective action order due to inactivity since the previous corrective action order was upheld at the November 6, 2024 meeting. Wow, 2024. Okay.
This update's brief as well. It's in the hands of town council, who have a hearing with the judge later this month. So that's still working its way through in the court process. So nothing more than that at this point.
All right, and number 6, similar. Update on Bubble Holdings LLC, 373 Cross Highway, map 170, lot 36, conducting a significant activity, filling of inland wetland in a regulated area without a permit.
You'll see that following the last meeting, it issued a notice of violation to this parcel, which is directly across the street from 361.
Yep.
This is where excavation within the wetland and water course was observed. And that currently is going to be addressed by town council with a request for a injunction from the courts.
Okay.
That I submitted some paperwork to town attorney today. With those details, I expect it'll be to the court probably next week.
Commissioners, any questions? All right, and number 7, update Norwood 120 Wakeman Lane, map 246, lot 5C. Significant activities, deposition of material, wetland diversion, etc., without a permit, and update here.
That date, we have a date in court. So I'm just checking my calendar. Sometime this month, I can't find it. Town attorneys, we've gone back and forth. I recently did some additional review and revisions of plans to be expected to be, worked out and agreeable to both sides. I think we have a pretty good plan. Less right now, at least in the last draft that I saw a week or so ago. They haven't proposed a final stormwater management plan for the additional impervious surfaces of the patio.
Okay.
But other than that, I think we have a pretty good, I don't want to say too much, but pretty good um, initial agreement between the town attorney and their counsel, so.
Hopefully that'll off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Never ending story.
Does that go back 3 years?
Goes back, I think.
To late 21.
Yeah. It's a long.
We're still at work.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it was before I started.
I had here.
All right. Roman numeral 10, staff report, number 1, reports from the Conservation Department. A CWC permit applications received 7, B notice of violations issued 3, C citations issued 0, and D bonds released 11. I don't think there's more to say about that unless you want to add to.
No, other than the trend everyone in this room has seen since December, through the December, January, and now February meetings. Inland wetland permit volume is noticeably down. We received no new applications for this meeting. I know Sarah and I know that there's some bubbling in the background and they'll probably all come in at once per Murphy's Law, but it's out there, but I think this is just an odd lull that I haven't seen since I've been here. So I don't know what that means or if there's any explanation other than people aren't conducting projects that need wetland applications. So they're out there and we could list probably 5 or 10 of them
Yeah.
that are gonna come. So I guess my advice would be to enjoy
Yeah, right.
enjoy the downtime and
Right.
we'll see what happens.
Well, I don't want to go too fast. It's only 7:16. But we'll move on to Roman numeral 11, other. Number 1 is 5 and 15 Plum Tree Lane, Easton Trumbull informational.
So I just, this is on the agenda to provide the agency just with some brief information. I received 2 items of correspondence via email. One was a speech from a resident and another was just an email update. Those are both available on the agenda cloud. If anyone has seen those. Really, the process is still ongoing in both municipalities. So I wanted to make the agency aware of that. I've received a call and spoke with the first selectman of Easton this afternoon. He was just inquiring of why this was on our agenda, so they're also watching us. And my understanding is he's relatively new in office, so I think he's kind of getting up to speed and wondering, hey, what's going on with Fairfield? Watching what's happening in Easton and Trumbull.
Good.
So we had a good dialogue, just kind of let him know that back in October, the department submitted our review and comments on the application materials we had at the time, which I think was before he was in office. And I've had some dialogue with the chair of their commission as well. He also asked whether the agency or the department on behalf of the agency would care to attend or provide testimony at one of their commission meetings. I said I would bring that to the agency and, for discussion or a decision, if you want me to go.
No, you already
For any
sent
reason-
the letter with the.
It's pretty thorough.
That's part of.
And the letter was excellent.
Yeah.
People have asked me, I said, oh, I showed them your letter. So I'm like, it really is comprehensive. I think the plans have changed from that, but I think the concerns are very clear.
Similar.
Yeah, right.
It's fine with me.
You don't need all the work.
If you want me to go, I'll go. If not, I won't. So I just wanted to bring that up because he had asked if there was any interest, and I said I would just take it to the agency's meeting tonight, which was good timing, so.
Yeah, so I mean, as long as it's there, maybe just confirm with Dory that they're there and they're on the record, that letter, you know, your
Mhm.
comments.
Mhm.
That's it.
Okay.
I do think it's nice.
Too, it's not like we're,
Yeah.
you know, we haven't been attentive,
Yeah,
so.
but it's possible he's new, so he
Oh, yeah,
just.
absolutely.
So he's maybe
But I-
still getting his feet wet.
But I do think it's a neighborly thing to do, to say, we're downriver from this problem, you know what I mean? Like that he's asking if we
Yeah.
want, you know, like, so I do think
Right.
that is nice.
I think we're supportive in writing already. so-
Right, that's what I said, but I think it was a nice gesture for him to, yeah.
I think Tim mentioned to me before the meeting that I guess they're just keeping an eye on it and saw that it's on our agenda. He was
Right.
simply asking, oh, what's this about? What are you guys doing
Right.
with it? So it's more of information for him too,
Sure.
like, hey, what are you guys doing? Just, am I missing something? You know, so I think that might be what he was trying to
Good
do
for
as
him.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, good.
It's a very, very steep site.
I know.
I just
I know.
don't get it, you know?
You said getting his feet wet.
Yeah. With the Wetlands Agency, huh? Yeah.
And also just for the record too, that if any of the commissioners have any interest, staff uploaded meeting minutes from Trumbull and Easton
Oh,
onto
cool.
our cloud. So if anyone wants to review those to get up to speed with what they've done so far, I asked Alex to upload, I think as far back as November, to kind of maintain some level of accuracy. So November, December, January are on there for both municipalities.
Trumbull has a whole page on their town website devoted to it.
Really?
Pretty
Big deal there, yeah.
Big deal. Yeah. All right, now number 2 under other is the litter boom update.
The good news is, we received approval from the city of Bridgeport for the litter boom, since we share Rooster River with the city. And I just wanted to provide the agency with that written approval from the city. And that is the last application piece that we needed. We have Connecticut DOT, we have this agency, and we have Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency from the city of Bridgeport. As of yesterday, I submitted a rec for the purchase price of the boom itself and have spoken with Osprey. What's it? Osprey, I forget, Initiative, or I can't remember the company name. In Alabama, and they said they need, you know, several months of lead time. So we would anticipate once they sent me an invoice yesterday. Once the invoice is paid, it'll go to production. And we would look to install the device sometime in May. So that's moving forward, and will be, as far as I know, the first in the state to put this in the water, so.
Gotcha. Can I ask a few questions about the letter itself?
Sure.
So you called it an approval, but he's saying here, based on this information, this activity is a non-regulated use within the inland wetlands watercourses per section 4.2 of the Bridgeport Inland Wetlands Watercourse Regulations. How are they different than ours? We approved an actual application. This isn't saying it's approved. This is saying that they don't have the authority to regulate it.
It was my conversations with Matt, who signed the letter, as a consultant on behalf of the city.
Yeah.
So it was kind of we'll call it administrative or desktop review,
Okay,
where we didn't have to submit a formal application before their agency.
gotcha.
So it was similar, sort of similar to our certificate.
Certificates?
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't foresee any impacts.
So
I
that-
don't want to say as of right, because it wouldn't really fit that, but more of a desktop approval,
Okay,
over the counter approval.
gotcha. All right, any questions or comments on that, commissioners? Dabney, you're awfully quiet. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, any others from anybody? Anybody have anything to say?
I'm getting questions about rats. And
You
the
to be
project
rat.
that's about 3/4 of the way through.
Mhm.
The snow's made it a bit difficult to refill the stations, to say the least, because we can't even find where they are right now. But absent of any data, there was an observation made that we have now been managing the rat population with no poison for almost a year
Okay,
and no complaints or increased awareness of volume of rats. So that's anecdotally an interesting point
okay,
until I get the data from the refill.
Sure.
But right now it's looking pretty good. And we're thinking about, what the next steps might be to make this a more permanent. The company is going public with the product, so they're gonna be making it available commercially within the next couple of months.
When are you guys gonna meet?
Hmm?
When are you guys gonna meet to discuss all this stuff?
Well, I'm
Like
talking to James
strategize?
Ryan about it now, and we need to work out the purchasing process and set up an account, and, because we've been doing it with little dribs and drabs from the various folks that have, submitted support for it. And if the town's gonna use it on a regular basis, we have to set it up properly with purchasing, make them a vendor and all of that kind of stuff. So James has been my main point of contact, James Ryan. But so far, looking pretty good.
right.
So, we'll have to wait for the actual data sets to come in. But based on their experience, we expect a reduction in population come spring, because that's when a lot of the pups are born.
Okay.
And that's when we're gonna get, a
So
good
the
chance
idea
to-
is those pups would be not
Fewer,
fertile or
Fewer.
fewer, okay,
fewer. So
okay.
their experience in projects that have been going on longer is that over time, they can anticipate about a 50% decrease in population.
So what do? You look at them from last year? I mean, where does the data come from that you're comparing it to?
Well,
In terms of this, assuming that they're gonna decline,
right, so we've been tracking the consumption of the bait since the project started.
okay, that's exactly right. I keep going over that same thing with you, yeah.
Yeah, no, we've got a data set, we've got an app that we
Right,
fill out every
right.
time we refill the stations. So just indications are looking good. But again, I don't have the hard data to back that up. So this is anecdotal, so please, take it at face value. And also, thank you for the note about Newtown banning rodenticides. So there is some momentum.
Well,
on
is there any appetite to look into that further? Like. They.
I have an appetite for that.
I mean, as far as banning rodenticides, all right, because the state didn't ban them completely, but the state did what said
It's the
that.
state, I thought it was the town of Newtown.
The town of Newtown decided.
Oh, I don't know if they're doing a pilot. They just,
Yeah,
their
that's what I'm saying.
conservation department just banned them.
That's what I'm asking. Is there, see, I seem that this commission seems to be more progressive than most. Is there any appetite on looking into seeing?
I have that
what-
appetite.
Okay, then bring it up at the next meeting if you'd like.
I have mentioned it to, Wisdom Good Works to make them aware of the fact that Newtown has done that, and we're
I
also.
think if you could dovetail it with, I think it would be difficult in this town to, be autocratic in that way. I think if you could couple it with the positive results you're talking about, I am just chomping at I'm just very excited about it.
Well, I'm also.
I had this argument on, the local social media all the time, and I keep putting the pictures in that, a house that I stopped, 30-year infestation, just like that.
Yeah.
And so this thing is important to me personally, and I'd love to see this commission be proactive and at least trying, I'd like to try,
Yeah,
I'd like to
yeah,
get the
no,
conversation out there.
Yeah,
Because it's all- If you go around
Yeah,
the.
Dabney?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'll add that the Connecticut Wildlife Rehabilitators Association, which is about 120 people strong all over the state, I gave them an update on the project last month at our board meeting, and they are all the board members are very excited. We have about it. Our conference is coming up in a few weeks, and they want me to start to get our members excited about getting their towns involved. So if we have the anecdotal evidence of Fairfield coupled with Newtown, then I think that we can start making big waves. And CWRA also, we have an advocacy subcommittee that actually has been advocating for this on the state legislature for the past 2 years. So just the more evidence and the more activity that we see with towns, the better position we can be to go in front of the state legislators and get the statewide ban.
And I'm also planning to present it to MetroCog, push this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which is
Yep.
Bridgeport. I mean, they lost some monkeys at the zoo
yeah,
due to
Yeah.
pesticides.
absolutely.
So it's gaining momentum and we're leading the charge. So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Good, pretty good.
I mean, it's, I'm not impressed, but I curious to see the effect on the raptor types and you know,
Right.
because that's part of it,
That's,
right?
Right.
that's,
You know,
that's,
it's
that's.
not just the
That is-
rodents,
yes,
you know, for, outside the back of a restaurant somewhere. It's the effect that happens.
Absolutely.
And they
Absolutely.
scurry into the woods or something and they're in an open field and, it's,
Well, it's,
Well, and but the Connecticut Wildlife Rehabilitators Association will be able to provide that, the DEEP licenses and regulates us, and we have to submit reports every year of how many of each species and how many of each subspecies. So DEEP collects all of that data from us so that we can see those kinds of patterns. So we are hoping to be able to make that case that here are the Newtown and Fairfield rehabbers, and here is the level of activity. We see that there have been fewer owls, fewer hawks, fewer falcons, fewer foxes, whatever, coming into rehab as a result.
all the data points build momentum. It's all
And
good.
That's great.
Ted and Dabney, it isn't just the raptors, it's
It's everything.
foxes, it's feral cats.
That's right.
It goes
Yep.
farther than that, and
Yep.
it's something that we really need to,
No,
I would like to try. It would be nice to be at the forefront of this instead of following,
Yeah.
I really
at this point,
just keep the pressure up, Ted, that's all I ask.
make you, yeah, but you too.
Well,
You're gonna
I'm
be
shy.
point on it.
Yeah, right.
Won't do a
Sorry, that
subcommittee
was
or
fun.
anything, but keep it on the agenda
Yeah.
for us to
Yeah.
keep looking into it, because
It's a good
I
thing.
don't see, there's other ways to kill. You don't need to do it with that poison, so but I
Right.
don't know what the,
And
is it
what is
money,
the,
is it what, I don't know.
and what is the year that the first and second generation have to be phased out by? Is it 2030?
Commercially, I don't know the exact year, but.
But I mean,
it's
it's
within-
coming. I mean, there,
within
everybody's,
24
I mean,
like in 24 months.
right.
Well, accelerated a bit,
Yeah.
so.
That's just, I wanted to share that.
No, I'm
Good.
glad.
I just want to lead rather than follow.
Yeah.
Sure. Any others from other, anybody, anything? Going once, going twice?
Right.
All right.
Dinner.
Shortest meeting ever.
It could have been shorter.